Okay, so today's day 88, and it's officially, if you can see there, 12:46 in the morning. Um, and I guess technically today is Saturday. Am I right about that? Yeah, Saturday. But yesterday, day 89. I think yesterday was day 89. Day 89 was a Friday. I just experienced a Friday, and I just cut the camera so that I could open my door, and it's locked, but the light's on in there. So I think that my mom thought that I was in the house, but I'm not. And so technically I could be locked out right now, or she might just be trying to teach me a lesson. But she didn't message me and or do anything with that like I thought she would have. So at this point, I'm just gonna open the garage instead and try to be quiet about it. Let's see. It's kind of light in here. Hopefully nobody's in here. Okay, good so far. And the garage door is a little bit quiet, which is nice. I'm gonna shut the garage door. Okay, I shut it. Somebody was in there making noises. Could have been my dad, but I'm closing the garage with the door closed so that he can't hear as well. And so yeah. But I'm gonna set my phone up here. I'm gonna talk to you guys for day 89 real quick. So yesterday was day 89, right? And yesterday I woke up and I was supposed to wake up at 8, but the day prior I went to work at 6 in the morning, and I decided, you know what, I don't need to wake up at 8 this morning, so I'm not going to. I slept in and I woke up, got in the shower, and then once I got in the shower, I pretty much, what did I do? I got out of the shower and I put some golf clothes on. I put a white golf shirt on and some khaki pants and my flip flops. And I took myself outside, got a little bit of sun, and then got in the truck with my notebook and my laptop and my phone and my AirPods and my keys. And I went to my dad's office, and they were building the wall. And they got back and they gave me some Cheesecake Factory for lunch. And then I kind of stayed there until about 2:30, 2:45, and then I came home and I pretty much rushed to Greensboro National Golf Course to go play 18 holes with everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean Cameron Crandall, I mean my brother Knox, my dad, and myself as a foursome. And we got there and we were putting our bags in the cart, and Knox had a Powerade, like a little Powerade bottle, and I had a pink Stanley water bottle. And the manager came over. We didn't know he was a manager at the time, but the manager came over and he was like, "Hey guys, how you going? How's it going?" And then he was like, "What do you have in that bottle?" And I was like, "Just water." And he's like, "Can you open it to make sure?" And so I opened it and I showed him the water, and I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "We don't allow outside food or drink or beverages around here." And I was like, and then he pointed to my brother's Powerade, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to down that or throw it in the trash because you're not allowed to have that." And bro, I thought that was ridiculous. We're on a golf course. We're on however many acres of land, 18 holes, and you're not gonna allow outside food or beverages. It's some entitled, like, just turned 30 dude that gets no play, and he wants people to spend more money at the golf course. They raised the prices this year by like $20 or $30. You have to pay $80 to play 18 holes with, I think, a cart. No, not even. I don't even know if it's a cart. I paid $50 for just no. Yeah, I paid $50 for 9 holes in a cart one day, not today. But anyways, we played through 9 holes, and I was like, dude, my girlfriend, she wants to hang out, and I did tell her we're gonna hang out, and she was expecting me to hang out earlier. I'm gonna drop off at 9. I drop off at 9 because we paid for 18 and a cart for 18. I got out and I asked for rain checks. Me and another guy dropped off at 9 and we paid for 18 for both of us. So I asked for rain checks. When I went in there, the guy was like, yeah, for sure. What's your name? And then the manager walks around, the same dude that told my brother that he can't have the outside drink, the Powerade. And he's like, yeah, so let me help you manage this. And then I don't even think he was targeting me. I just think that he's that terrible of a person. But I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get a rain check for 2 people. We just dropped off at 9. And then they checked our group and there was 2 juniors. And he said something about, oh, well, we charged you guys junior discounts and one of the carts dropped off, which I don't know why that'd be an issue, because let's just say Cameron wasn't the junior and he dropped off with me and he was driving the cart that I was riding. And then let's say my brother, the other junior, my dad was driving that cart. So it wouldn't have been a problem. He brought it up as if like we were doing something that wasn't supposed to happen. And then I was like, oh yeah, no, I have my driver's license. I'm 17. Like I'm not, I can drive. And he's like, oh, well, I guess you don't qualify as a junior. So you took a junior discount without needing a junior discount. And I was like, oh, well, if you don't mind me asking, like, what's the policy in order to be a junior? And he was like, you have to be 15. And I was like, well, one of us is 15. One of the juniors was 15. And he was like, well, if he's 15, then he doesn't have a driver's license and he's not allowed to be using a golf cart. And I was like, well, we're actually from Idaho and he does have his license and he's 15. So what are you doing?
I was wondering if somebody was out here.
Yeah. So he was wrong. That was my brother, by the way. And so I was like, yeah, no, he does have a license and he's 15. And so one of the junior discounts does count, and you should at least give us 9 of the 18 holes that we are owed. Plus, a junior discount probably gets you maybe like $10 at most per person off, I'm assuming. And 9 holes with a cart for one person is definitely over $10 last time I checked. So even if we both didn't qualify as juniors and we got the junior discount, you still owe us something. It'd be crazy for you to just take away that 9 holes. So as I'm getting more pissed off as I'm saying this, and my brothers one after one keep walking in this room, and like low key, like the last one that's like 10 years old just tormented me. Then he says, well, okay, if your brother does have the junior pass and he is 15 and he has a license and he's able to drive a cart, then like, and he's still playing, then why does he need a rain check? And I was just like, bro, in my head, I was thinking, 4 of us paid for 18 rounds of golf each with a cart, okay? And 2 of us dropped off. 2 of us that were not juniors, okay? And we might have paid for 2 juniors when we only had 1 junior, but that 1 junior discount does not discredit us 18 holes. And just because my brother, who is a junior that does have a license, is still playing his 9 holes, and my dad's still playing his 9 holes, does not mean that me, and especially my other friend that's like 40, that just dropped off and didn't ask for his rain check yet, does not get his rain check. And he was an idiot. The fact that like, oh, just because my brother didn't drop off and he's one of the juniors that qualifies as a junior discount does not mean that we don't get either 9 holes. I just thought, dude, this guy's an idiot. He's like power tripping people, and he thinks he has some like, I don't know, like not allowing outside food or beverages to a golf course. And then on top of that, charging an extra $20 to $30 per person this year. And then on top of that, not giving us our rain checks that we paid for. And he was trying to be smart. I was like, yeah, my brother's 15 on his driver's license. You can see. And he has a driver's license. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. And either way, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, why should it matter if the person that, you know, like why couldn't I say that me and my brother were still playing and my dad and Cameron dropped off? Like, then what? We both get the 9. We both get both the 9 holes and the golf carts for the extra 9 holes. And so he owed me pretty much like big time, 18 holes and a cart. And I just walked out. I was like, have a good day. So I'm never going back to Greensboro National again. And I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to, you know, be, what's the word that starts with a P? Prerogative, something like that. I don't know. But I'm not trying to give all this like animosity towards these guys, but bro, the stuff that they got running over there, like, it makes me just want to, like, if I had a button to like not give them any business from anybody, like, I'll press it. Like, that's just, I don't feel like I have so many problems that's my biggest problem in the day, because I didn't even think about it until I went and made this video. But still, like, the level of just craziness that brought was terrible. And it's so sad because I really like the course. And so, dude, he's just like ruining it for people. And that's just sad. But anyways, and then as far as the rest of the day goes, I saw my girlfriend, we hung out, and we just watched a movie up in my room as we usually would, had quite a few conversations. And then I dropped her back off her house just barely. And like, again, like, you know, if you're older watching this or you have something like against me or something, me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years and we have an amazing relationship. I love her very much. But in a relationship where we are in high school, there are like really stupid arguments, conversations that we have in 2 years you're going to have, regardless of what age you, I mean, maybe not if you're like 50 or something, but like regardless pretty much of what age you are. And I'm willing to admit that I'm being a little mature when I'm bringing this up. But there's some times where, you know, you're a 17-year-old 5'9" girl, right? And there are just disgusting men in the world, and you're wearing 2.5-inch inseam shorts. Like, great, they're covering your butt so your butt's not hanging out, but the moral of the story, the principle behind it, is they're 2.5 inches long. You're 17-year-old and you're 5'9". That's just kind of inappropriate at that point, in my opinion. And obviously, she didn't want to hear that. And I didn't say it to her like that. I said it to her nicer, but still, like, it came across as if, like, this is the issue. And so I told her that, like, a year ago. And she was like, okay, like, I understand, like, after a long talk and argument about it, like, I understand. And I'll start to, like, phase them out. And I was like, okay, perfect. I'm not asking you to, like, completely take every 2.5-inch seam shorts out of your thing, but I'm asking you to phase them out because that's what somebody would do if they're trying to make a change. And so she did. But then a year later, like literally like 2 weeks ago, I saw her wearing the exact same shorts just around in public. Like I would have thought like 12 months later that they would have been pretty much phased out, but apparently not. So I told her about it, like, what, we had this conversation. I thought we were on the same page. So now we're making sure that it doesn't happen, and she's on board with it. But it's sad we have to have those conversations. Also, it's spring break, and she was planning her spring break secretly around the fact that I was supposed to go to Idaho for a week during my spring break, Easter weekend. And when I wasn't going to Idaho anymore, now I just figured out that she pretty much planned a whole week without me. And like, we're not going to see each other pretty much for quite a few days, at least during her spring break. And so that kind of, you know, pissed me off a little bit. Like, come on now, like it's fine if you don't want to see me at all during the break, just like tell me before, you know, it's the day of, you know, and so that I can make my own plan, because right now I have nothing. And so she's going to the beach next week with her friend that's single, and has been looking for a date to prom. and they're gonna stay in a beach house together for a handful of days, like 3 or 4 days. And just imagine that. Like, that's not a really good situation that I'm super like thumbs up about, right? To begin with. And second of all, there's just been these other issues about like the attire. I'm not critiquing her in every way. Like, if she wants to wear whatever she wants to wear, I'm not controlling of it. She can wear it. But my rule is if you're going to continue to wear something after I tell you how I feel about it, at that point, you're kind of crossing my line, and like you're disrespecting me and my feelings about something. And if you're not willing to respect my feelings about it, I'm going to respect myself, and I'm going to step away from the relationship, and I'm going to end the relationship. And that's not controlling. That's not controlling. If I have something that I have an issue with and I address it to them and they don't make a change, I will step away from the relationship. I'm not, controlling them like a puppet, like you need to do this. That's controlling. I'm just saying, if you don't respect my feelings and you don't make a change, I'm going to respect myself, and I'm going to end the relationship. And so anyways, and then there's stuff about posting Instagram stuff, and like not big deals, and not something that like an immature 17-year-old boy would make an argument about. Even though I am somewhat of an immature 17-year-old boy, I feel like I make arguments about something that are relatively like important and have reason, and I bring up things that are valid and not unreasonable. And so there was one more thing that I was talking about, and I asked her like genuinely. I was like, okay, so this guy on TikTok made a point that I was kind of like, I wanted to bring it up again because I thought it was a cool point. And it was basically like, you go into a bathroom and you take off your clothes, and now you're in a bra and you're in like underwear, right? And let's say you didn't lock the door all the way, and somebody walks in and they see you and you're in your underwear and a bra. You cover up and you shut the door, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. But then you change into a bathing suit and you walk right out of that room. And you're wearing the same, if not less, coverage with a bathing suit. And not to mention, the material is, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a girl, but I would assume that it's less material and it's less comfortable than clothes you're supposed to be wearing all day. So yeah, I made that comparison to her, and I was like, okay, like if I were to ask you, what percent more or less of your underwear is covered than your bikini bottoms? And she said, well, I think my underwear probably covers a little bit more. And I said, does that not ring a bell? Does that not change your eyes, change your perspective, open your eyes a little bit? Like, maybe we should at least try to meet the standards of your underwear, I don't know, dude. It's the world today. It's just the standards that these women on social media have set. And she thinks it's like normal. Even though it might be normal, but it's not appropriate. So she's a 17-year-old girl. She's feeling confident about her body. That's amazing. But as a 17-year-old male in a 2-year relationship, I know how guys can be, and I'm not personally okay with being in a relationship with a girlfriend that doesn't respect my feelings, first of all, and then goes around wearing a bathing suit that covers less than her underwear and her bra. And then on top of that, posting pictures to Instagram. So I just told her, I was like, made the comparisons, was super like passive about it, not aggressive, like you need to do this. I was not controlling. And everything like clothing wise and attire wise have been happening recently, and now she's gonna go on this beach trip, and we're pretty we're pretty tidied up compared to the next couple as far as like what we expect from each other, what we like and what we don't like. And we don't do anything that's necessarily like unreasonable, that's like unwarranted, but we definitely do a lot than most people do. And I told her, I was like, and this is something I realized, maybe I am a little bit immature about this. And a lot of guys would be like, dude, post yourself in any bikini on Instagram. I don't care. And I believe that it's because they are 20 years old, jacked, healthy, and balling. They got a Patek on. They got a Porsche GT3 in their garage. They're making $50K a month. Like, why would that be an issue they have to deal with? Like, if I was in that position and I had that level of confidence or something to be confident about, I wouldn't care. At least nearly not as much. But I'm a 17-year-old who's still living in their parents' house. I mean, that's, come on now, like, I feel like that's normal, but still. 17-year-old that's been living in their parents' house, and I don't have a business that's making money profitably. I'm not making more than $5,000 a month, and I'm still going to high school, and I'm still taking college classes, and I don't have a lot of that like already going for me, you know, and I don't have a lot to be confident about. So I just don't have that level of confidence. And it's not that I should have that level of confidence, it's just that I wish I did. So that's kind of my take. And like, I'm a very rational and logical person, and I think that I've made that example and everything perfect. And I've been talking about this that is kind of personal for about 10 minutes now, and probably nobody will watch it to this point. But if anybody, family, a lot of people end up in the future watching this video, everything I just said is straight facts. And I today, or today in the video, whenever you're watching this or I'm watching this, still believes in that. And if anybody else doesn't believe in that, I'm not trying to be ignorant, cocky, think I know the best or anything. I've really thought about this, and it's the truth, at least in today's day and age. It's the truth. And anybody that thinks like on the other end of the spectrum is just wrong. Like, I'm not trying to tell people like there's no other way, because I'm open to being wrong, but like, I've met the match multiple times, and I've searched up the facts, and if anybody would know better, it's me, and I'm right about this. So I'm seriously willing to give it up. 2 years in a relationship, all that we've been through, however much I know her so well, I'm willing to break up with a relationship if she doesn't respect my feelings, and that's fine. It's not controlling. So, anyways, as far as the rest of the day business-wise goes, I checked up on my business partners, my creators, and made sure that they were doing well. Tim Lanzer posted 2 videos today, and I think we ended up getting around 4 or 5 new people, 0 new subscriptions or trial starts, but 4 or 5 new people. And then the 2 trial conversions are supposed to convert by the end of today, hopefully, or by tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Also, we have quite a few people that are scanning meals every day and logging food. Jake made another video, so he's at 2. And his second video is actually really good. I like the way that he incorporated the app in the second video. But, yeah, bro, we're balling. We got to pay Ethan here soon. Might be working tomorrow, but she, my girlfriend, likes to hang out with me a lot, and it takes away from the time that I can focus on manifesting in the business. And so she's going to be gone in Washington, D.C. tomorrow to go play a soccer tournament. And then she's going to be back on Sunday evening because she wants to spend the day up there if she's going to be up there. And then on Monday, she's going to be gone for like college tours. And then on Tuesday, she's going to be gone to the beach for a few days. And so again, like, you see how it makes me feel? But it'll be good for me because I will have the opportunity to focus on myself. And from, today, or I guess at this point it's Saturday, from Saturday to Monday, I'm going to be completely by myself doing whatever I wanted to do. So, yeah. Also, to clarify and remind myself, on Sunday, I have a couple college quizzes due, and I have to catch up on my homework, so I better do that. But as far as the rest of the night goes, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my phone, put it in my pocket probably, head inside. I'm going to actually grab a drink out of this fridge first, and then I'm going to head inside, head upstairs. Probably just going to put a pair of like new underwear on and then just go to bed because I showered recently. And I literally showered like not even like 3 hours ago, and I haven't been out dirty or anything. So I'm not gonna shower, just gonna get in bed and then probably turn off my lights, eat some food, drink my drink, chill, put the headphones on, and I'm gonna research about how to make viral content for apps, because That's the biggest thing I need to be doing. Yes, I could be DMing a little bit of people, 5 people every day now and then, because, you know, my budget's being fully spent on the 4 creators that I already have making videos for me. But it's always better to find new people, better people. Also, I think I might drop Nick on because he's posting good videos and he's getting people to the app here and there, but his content's the same and the effort that he's putting into promoting the app is not as good as I want it to be. And he's asking for a raise and I just can't give it to him with like 100 followers. So I think I might have to drop him soon. And it's really hard for me to do that because I feel like anytime I drop somebody from the program, which I haven't done yet, it's like making people have a bad animosity towards the app and like potentially, possibly, like making them say negative things about the app. So, yeah, but I'm probably gonna have to drop him soon, and then I guess I'll have to find a replacement, or maybe I won't, and I'll just pay the people that I'm already paying more. And then if Ethan